welcome the faculty of the School of Business, the School of Education, the School of Liberal Arts, and the School of Science, Health, and Technology. Please welcome the Platform Party, the school deans and chairpersons, and the administrative and executive cabinet members of the college. And finally, please welcome our keynote speaker, Reverend Al Sharpton and Dr. Rudolph F. Crew, the president of Medgar Evers College. Mr. President, would you please do the honors?
As president of Medgar Evers College, I now declare the 48th commencement ceremony in session. Now, if you would, please remain standing during the invocation, which will be offered by Medgar Evers College Campus Chaplain, Father Ralph Rivera.
Good morning, graduates and families. I'd like to start by taking a moment to acknowledge the members of the Medgar family who we lost this academic year. Fouchard Amboise, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. William R. Bill Howard College founder. Dr. George Irish, Professor Emeritus. Janice Jean, Bachelor of Arts in Special Education and Early Childhood Education. Keon Mark Anthony Narain, Teacher Education major. Dr. Edith Rock, Nursing Professor. Glenda Thomas, Nursing Department Administrator. Taryn Tulsi, Physics Professor. Randy Weston, Medgar Evers College's first Artist in Residence. Elsa Merle Edwards, Medgar Evers alum, Adjunct Lecturer, Psychology Department. Let us just take one moment of silence to honor our beloved dead who yet remain in the depths of our hearts. Let us pray. On this day, we are above all to give thanks. We are to come forth and receive the diplomas we have earned through our labors and, yes, challenges. We come with open hands and open hearts. Women and men who dare to live their dream, what can be more beautiful than that? You are here not just to represent your achievement or to show that you know how to study and fight the good fight. You are here to show us what we, all of us, may become. For you have dared to rise despite the roadblocks and fears our society has set before you, and you have overcome. Rise. Rise, my sisters and brothers, rise and lead, for our world has need of you. Need for hearts that sing and minds that dare to see beyond the horizon of human greed and the fears that bind the soul. I say rise and claim your knowledge with the truth that resides in your hearts, and let the world see that truth, for that will be our joy, and that will bring us freedom. May God bless this day. May God bless each of you. The stars are my witnesses, and the sun shines for you as you go forth into the world to make it beautiful and loving. As God inspired you, so you inspire us. And for this, too, we give thanks. As you rise and go forth, remember that as you have been blessed, so now you are to bless the world with acts of mercy, compassion, and joy. For we are a people of joy and seek the God of life, not death. Make justice your calling. Teach our nation the truths it has forgotten. Go forth to set the world on fire with your vision. And if you chance to look to your side and behind you, you will see that we are with you. You are not alone. You are never alone. Together there is nothing we cannot do. And now together let us rise and make this a world of justice as God meant it to be. Amen.
Please remain standing as Dr. Antoinette Roberson, Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter and Senior Director of Career Management Services, sings the Star-Spangled Banner.
say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now, feel free to join in as Dr. Roberson sings the first stanza of the Black National Anthem. Lift every voice and sing.
Y'all ready? Here we go. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven rings. Ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory is won. Congratulations.
Now, please be seated. Let me start by welcoming you not only to this graduation, but also to the beginning of our celebration of our 50th anniversary. Yes, next year that will be what we do all year long, and in many, many ways. I want to particularly shout out to the team of people who have been working on this over the course of time. Thank you so much for the work that you're already doing in preparation for this wonderful occasion. Next, let me just say to those who have assembled here, obviously the graduates, but mostly also to your parents and friends and family and people who loved you right up into this very day, got you here. Don't forget these folks. Don't act like you got here on your own. Don't think that this was just you. A lot of people paid a huge price for you to walk through these hallow halls, go to these classes, spend time and money on a very important journey called education. Know full well that you are the benefactors of their love and labor. And to the members of the elected bodies, whether they be state, local, federal, city, let me say to you, thank you so much for the continued work and support that you've provided on behalf of Medgar Evers College. If you want to have a good example of why it is so important to support this college, just look at a graduating class, the largest ever of 1,700 students now graduating from Medgar Evers College. To my honored platform guests, members of the faculty, people who have from all over begun to stream this by virtue of paying attention to it and going on our website, know full well that what you are seeing is nothing short of a miracle. It is by virtue of the work of our faculty, the work of our staff, and clearly the work of engaging these students that we are seeing a constant rise, not only in the numbers of students who want to come here, but a constant rise in those who take 2 or 4 years to complete their degree and then ultimately wind up on this stage today. My deepest appreciation to you all. To the graduates, let me just say in my last opportunity to speak to you, there are 3 things that I want you to at least just consider. I know better than to speak too long, so this is really quick. So pay attention, doggone it. That isn't really what was in the speech, but I'm going to say it anyway. The first is, we live in a time when everybody is worried about something. I talked with a number of students who were worried about paying tuition. I met students in the hallway who were worried about making it to class on time. I met an awful lot of people who were in the nursing program who said, you know, I'm worried about taking the exam. And you made it. The worry of life is just simply part of the burden of living. Even when you finish today, or even as you're walking out of here, there will be somebody who will talk to you about something about which you will worry. I want you to know that there's a corresponding behavior that comes with worry that is equally as compelling as long as you live. And that is to be optimistic that there is always an answer and always a prayer with your name on it. Always know that yes, you should have, and in some cases, legitimate worry about things that are in your life. But know full well that with your skill that you've acquired in this college, the attitudes that you bring to the problem, the ability to understand how to dissect, analyze, and figure out an answer or a solution, there is always a way to get rid of worry and turn it into joy. Secondly, we live in a time when I wonder, as you wonder, what will tomorrow bring? Whether or not there will be the opportunities that were available to you, will they be available tomorrow? Will this graduating class be one of the smaller graduating classes over the next 5 years? Frankly, all those seats in the back ought to be filled up. We ought to be here 3-4 hours shaking hands and graduating people. Actually, we're going to be here about 3-4 hours. But it is time for you to wonder about your world. And wondering comes with a set of skills, the first of which is imagination. Think creatively about what would an answer be to your wonderings. Think creatively about how you personally or collectively can have impact in a world that may seem oftentimes to have gone completely off the rails. I want you to actually understand that, as Medgar said, the only thing we really control in this democracy is the vote. So vote. Turn these wonderings into opportunities for you and for your colleagues and those who will come behind you. And the last thing is, I want to talk to you about welcoming people. Every year when the school starts off, when the school year begins, I meet with the freshman class and I say to them something like this. I'm going to be the guy who's going to say hello to you in the hallway, and you're going to look up and say, who is he? I'm going to be the one who will stop you and say, hey, how you doing? And expect you to look me in the eye and give me an answer. I'm going to be the one who will, whether you like it or not, talk to you about being loved as being part of the family of Medgar Evers College. And I want you to understand that I do that because I am welcoming you to this piece of this chapter of your life. And now it is going to be your turn to welcome other people. Welcome them when they come here from countries that have been scourged by leadership. Welcome them when they are at odds with themselves about whether to continue their college education. Welcome them when they have a problem understanding English as a first language. And welcome them when they're homeless and they don't have a dime in their pocket but need a way of being able to make it into tomorrow. Don't forget the fact that welcome has a set of skills. And the first is to extend your hand and make a friend. Talk to people, engage people, like people, care about people, say hello, engage with people in ways that make them feel like they have a right to be in this space. It doesn't cost you a dime. It is important and it is necessary for us as a Medgar family to always feel that if there's nothing else that is sane about the world, there is sanity in being collegial, friendly, collaborative, and totally dignified in how we talk and greet and work with each other. Men, women, young children, old children, grandparents, people who you don't know, and people who are right now listening to you, who are members of our pipeline. If you'd stand, students, those students in the pipeline program, please just stand, and their teachers. These are the people that I'm asking you to welcome. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. Last and certainly not least, let me just say to you, this is not a W, it's just an L. I want you to understand that you spent 4 years, you spent many years, in many cases more than 4, here, and you have graced us with your presence, with your intelligence, with your skill, and with the reverence that you now present in today's session. I'm asking you, before we even get going with the rest of the graduation, to remain here all throughout this session so that we can adequately welcome and thank and engage those who will come behind you in the various schools. Do not leave the session. Do not make a lot of noise. You can clap and have good fun, have a good time, but let everybody and their mama and daddy and grandparent and uncle and auntie and everybody else, let everybody feel that they have been a part of a family that witnessed the dignity of becoming honored at a graduation. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, President Crew, and to the graduates, our distinguished guests, family and friends, good morning and welcome. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and students of Medgar Evers College, I'm honored to introduce the graduating class of 2019. the largest class in MEC history. Earning a college degree is a testament to your fortitude and a celebration of your dedication and accomplishments. You make the world a better place. In the spirit of Medgar Evers, you make us proud. Congratulations to the class of 2019.
And now I'm privileged to present the chair of the City University of New York Board of Trustees, Mr. William C. Thompson, who brings greetings from the City University of New York. Please join me in welcoming Trustee William Thompson.
President Crew, distinguished faculty, guests, families, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2019. Good morning, everybody. For the class of 2019, first and foremost, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, congratulations. We are thrilled and happy to celebrate you in this great achievement. I can't tell you how proud we are of the class of 2019. I have to tell you from up here, this is a great look when you can look out and see all of you. It's a great and inspiring moment. All of you should be proud of yourselves, graduates, because of the hard work, sacrifice, and commitment. Today, you will receive a priceless degree, and you have earned that degree, from one of the nation's best public colleges. A place that is renowned for its excellence in academics and leadership. I'm also pleased to welcome the honorary degree recipient and keynote speaker and proud son of Brooklyn, the Reverend Al Sharpton. With over 40 years of experience as a community leader, politician, minister, and advocate, Reverend Sharpton is one of America's most renowned civil rights leaders, whose career began at the tender age of 4 when he preached his first sermon. A successful civil rights career soon followed, helping Reverend Sharpton hold such notable positions as the youth director of New York's Operation Breadbasket, director of ministers for the National Rainbow Push Coalition, and founder of his own broad-based progressive civil rights organization, the National Action Network, one of the leading civil rights organizations in the world. Reverend Sharpton also hosts Politics Nation, a weekend program that focuses on underreported stories that need a national platform, like education, voting, and criminal justice. And I will say that we have known each other for so long. We both had big afros then, and he's heard me use that line before, and I must admit, I'm jealous he still has hair. I have little. Today, for all of you, is a tremendous accomplishment, and I suspect, there's just a feeling that I guess you're a little overjoyed today. Anybody feeling good today? This is a special moment. Look around. Look at your families and friends, but look at your colleagues who are graduating with you. This is a moment of victory. It's a moment of triumph. Don't forget the feeling. This is victory. This is what it feels like. But also, take today to give thanks to your family and your friends and faculty and all of those who have helped to guide you along the way. Cherish all the experience and knowledge you have gained at this extraordinary institution. Today, you've reached the finish line, but you're also poised at the starting point of the next chapter of your lives. As you look to your futures, the only advice I can give you is to be bold and dream big. Be agents of change and make the world better for the next generation, starting right here in New York City. Engage in your communities. Speak up for those who can't. Serve your city and your fellow New Yorkers with pride and integrity. And remember something special today. All of you are graduates of Medgar Evers College. From the neighborhoods and communities that we come from, there are so many others who aren't going to go to college, or so many others who don't believe that they can go to college, who don't believe that they can sit where you're sitting today. So many young people who now look at you as role models. Don't forget that. Don't forget, hold yourselves up. Let them understand that they can achieve, that they can be graduates, that they can be successful, that they can be bold and dream big. You're equipped and empowered with more knowledge and skills and innovation than any generation before you. Venture out, change the world. Pursue your passions with courage, confidence, and compassion. I will tell you, you are Medgar Evers College graduates. We expect great things from all of you, and we'll be rooting for your success. I have no doubt that each of you has the talent and passion to change the world. After all, you are Medgar Evers College graduates. Congratulations. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Trustee Thompson. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce City University of New York trustee Ken Sunshine. Please welcome Trustee Sunshine.
Good morning, Chairman Thompson, President Crew, proud graduates, family, and friends. On behalf of the CUNY Board of Trustees, much congratulations. You should be very, very proud. And we know many of you have worked 1, 2, sometimes 3 jobs to make it through Medgar Evers. We expect you to bring that work ethic to lead our great city and moreover our very troubled country in these very, very difficult times. And you should also, and you will remember this day because of who is getting that honorary degree. And I'm going to take my few minutes to talk a little bit about him. Reverend Al Sharpton may be the smartest and most effective social and political activist I've encountered over many, many years of meandering among and between movers and shakers in this country and the world. And moreover, I'm proud to call Rev a loyal and long-standing friend. Now, people talk about his transformation. Yeah, maybe he's lost a few pounds, wears nicer suits, perhaps has tempered some of his rhetoric, but I maintain that my friend is basically the same. Still the go-to for any horrific racially charged civil rights incident, still the go-to for communicating emotion, pain, and political inspiration like no other, still the smartest in a room of the best and the brightest. Yeah, still the one who gets results while others talk a really good game. He also is the embodiment of communication as a skill, and something you should take away from your experience of Medgar Evers and listening to him is the power of communication. You know, graduates, be proud of your academic success, but know that street smarts learned on the streets of Brooklyn can often mean as much as fancy degrees, money, or perceived power. And Reverend Sharpton gives credence to a true sense of humor, being able to disarm mere political rhetoric. One last story. I had the privilege of being invited on several occasions to the Obama White House. I don't get invited to this White House, thankfully. And I'd be lying if I didn't say it was a thrill each time I got invited. Early in the first term, my wife and I are lined up on the receiving line when a Secret Service agent comes up to me, pulls me out of the line, saying the president wanted a private moment with me. Well, my ego took a leap as I strutted past captains of industry, celebrities, and assorted big shots, all of whom were wondering why the hell I was getting private time. The president is invariably polite, but after about 4 seconds of asking how I was, he says, "You know, you and I share something very special." I said, "Well, what is that, Mr. President?" He said, "We both realize how smart Reverend Al Sharpton is." Now, forget my visceral disappointment that he wasn't asking me how to solve the Mideast peace or at least for some PR advice, but he proceeded to ask me how I realized how smart Rev was, especially in the days when there were a few people like me who had anything good to say about it. I think I blurted out something like, "Well, Mr. President, we bonded over our love of the music business," which is actually true. But the real truth is, it was just a gut feeling that this guy was special and the world would come to realize that. Boy, was I right. Later that day, many in the crowd asked what advice the president asked for. You know, this is a room full of real heavy hitters. What were you talking about? And of course, I just told them, well, I wouldn't reveal a private conversation with the President of the United States. But the truth is, all the President wanted to talk about was our mutual love and respect for the Rev. Congratulations again, graduates. Congratulations, Medgar Evers, for recognizing a truly wonderful and worthy degree, a recipient of an honorary degree. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Trustee Sunshine. And now I'm privileged to present Brooklyn Borough President, the Honorable Eric L. Adams. Would you please come to the microphone, sir?
Thank you, graduates. And I'm sharing the stage with some folks that I really love, both the president of this institution, and you were really blessed by having, just a real cat. Dr. Crew loves our people, and he shows that every day as he uplifts us with his wisdom. You received a private school education in a public school facility. We appreciate you, Dr. Cruz, so much. And you heard the public comments on Rev, but when the history books are written, you're going to see the relationship that we developed throughout the years. When Reverend Sharpton's life was being threatened, my organization, 100 Blacks in Law Enforcement, and I provided safety for his family and his wife and children, and our relationship developed throughout the years. And so you are going to receive a real jewel today from the message that you're going to receive from Reverend Sharpton, a real American hero in the full capacity. Let me say this, graduates, and I'm going to take my seat. And I'm talking about this theme throughout this season of graduations. I do about 45 to 50 graduations. And this year, it's about David Shirosky. David was a friend of mine when we were children. He had a fire in his home, and he came and he lived with my family in South Jamaica, Queens at the time. And he was a young Italian gentleman. And so David told me one day, "Eric, do you want to go to the Garden?" And I told him yes. I wanted to see Walt Frazier, Willis Reed, all of the Knicks great. And when I got there, there was no basketball court. There was only ice. It was a hockey game. And when I went inside, I said, "David, black folks don't like hockey. What are you doing to me?" But in reality, I was afraid and I was intimidated. And when I sat down in the stands, I understood that there were no black people in the arena but Eric. But when the game started and people started enjoying the game and giving each other high fives and excitements, it dawned on me that no one cared that I was there. There was no sign at Madison Square Garden that stated no black person can like hockey or dislike hockey. It was a sign I created in my mind, and I created these barriers of what I could enjoy and not enjoy merely because of my ethnicity. And that was a hockey moment for me that I would never again allow someone or something to define where I can go and what I can do. This is your hockey moment, Medgar Evers College. This is your globe. If you can be an accountant in Manhattan, you could do it in Manchester. If you can be a surgeon in Brownsville, you can do it in Belgium. Don't allow anyone to tell you who you can be and who you can't be. Be whoever you want to be. And then be bold and audacious about it. Walk in the room and command attention from the room. When you shake someone's hand, they should feel your hand and see the power in your grip. When they look in your eyes, they should see determination. When you speak, they should be quiet and listen what you have to say. Let folks know I have arrived and acknowledge my presence, acknowledge my existence. Let me tell you, I am so Brooklyn. I've crisscrossed the globe. People have the audacity to ask me, why do you go to China and establish sister cities? Why do you go to Turkey and establish sister cities? Brooklyn is the third largest city in America. I am not no insignificant elected official. That is the embodiment of believing in who you are. That's where you are. And don't stay in your comfort zone. If you only know people who look like you, talk like you, walk like you, eat the same food, and do the same things, you're living a Shakespearean tragedy. Visit a mosque, a synagogue, a Baptist church. Learn why someone wears a kufi, a yarmulke. Learn different languages and different foods. Don't only go to Alabama, Jamaica, and Trinidad. Go through the globe. Conquer the globe. And everybody's not gonna like you. I call them haters. Let your haters be your waiters while you sit down at the table of success. Now let me finish with this. No matter what you learn today, there's one piece of advice you better learn. There are some folks you have to say, go to hell. Straight up. They wish you no good. They want you to fail. And they only around you because they don't want to miss when you fall. And no matter how intellectual you are, no matter how philosophical, no matter how many degrees you have, I learned something from Dr. Waterman, Reverend Waterman, who's here. I had this serious problem. I had this new neighbor who moved next door. His darn dog used to crap on my yard every day. No matter how polite I was, no matter how borough prejudiced I was, calm and peaceful and trying not to be that angry black man, I would come out every day, you know what I would see? Crap. And I went to church and I heard Dr. Waterman preach one day, and he solved my problem. I went home and went to the back of my closet and dug through this bag, and I pulled out this. My hoodie. I put this hoodie on with a pair of Timberland boots, threw this over my head, walked to the door and rang the bell, ding dong. And I said, the next time your dog crap on my yard, you gotta deal with me. You better have a hoodie card. You better have the ability to dig into your hoodie and let people know you are not the one to mess with, not the one to play with, not the one that takes insignificantly. And so when people tell me, Eric, you couldn't be a cop because you were arrested, I put my hoodie on and I made it happen. When they said you couldn't be a state senator, I put my hoodie on and I made it happen. When they told me I couldn't be the first black borough president, I put my hoodie on and made it happen. They tell me I can't be the mayor of the city of New York, I'm gonna put my hoodie on and I'm gonna make it happen. Congratulations, Medgar Evers.
Lord. In addition to your cap and gown, today everybody will receive a hoodie. Thank you so much, President Adams. And at this time, I'd like to both welcome and recognize some very important guests who have supported the college over the years. I mentioned them earlier in my introductory remarks, but again, I want to tip my wing to the members of the New York City Council, the New York State Assembly, the New York State Senate, the House of Representatives, and the New York City Public Advocate's Office. I'd also like to thank the members of the Community Council. I don't know if yes, there they are. Thank you so much. You continue to be an inspiration to us as you have helped so many students by virtue of the money you've raised, the support you've given to the college, and the constant vigilance that you provide for our college. If you would, please stand and be recognized. And now, one of the things that we've been trying to do in the college has been to turn our attention to alumni, to people who, upon graduating, will have an opportunity to turn around and give back to this college. We haven't done this very well over the years, to be perfectly honest with you. But as we start this new chapter, I want to bring to the floor a distinguished alumni, and her name is Jacqueline Clark. She is our Vice President of Administration and Finance and a Medgar Evers College alumna. Jackie, if you would come forward, please.
Good morning. I must say, just standing here and looking out on all of you, you look so beautiful. Class of 2019, congratulations. Today, I stand before you as a proud alumni of this great institution, and to let you know that all things are possible when you believe in yourself. Life is a journey, and the only impossible mission is the one you failed to start. You have completed this journey of your life today, and you did this on the shoulders of the faculty, staff, family, friends, and most importantly, your family. So graduates, I would like for you to do something today. Put your hands together and give everyone a round of applause. Everyone, I would like for you to do something for me today. Put your hands together and give the graduates a round of applause to let them know how proud you are of them. Medgar Evers College has gone through many transformations, and with each change, we have sustained the ability to fulfill our mission of today represent a central component. Every commencement is a landmark in the lives of our graduates. And I'm pleased to announce today that in our midst, we have the graduating class from 1975 to 2018 with us. So let's give them a round of applause. Graduates, you represent something great about our institution. Your accomplishments, your future achievements, grounded by the principle of what reflected in our educational values here at Medgar College. In the spirit of Medgar Wiley Evers, continue believing in yourself and foster social change. Starting today, you will ask to take on a new role, the role of a graduate. So I will help you to tell you how to start to be a Med graduate. You have your last 3 assignments. And this assignment has no due date. Are you ready for your assignment? No papers are due. There's no papers. So, 1, display your diplomas with pride. Display it in your home, in your office, or anywhere that is visible. Be proud and let others know about Medgar Evers College. This is a beautiful campus. I am so proud of Medgar Evers College. 2, recruit students to our college. As everyone mentioned, this is the largest graduating class. All of you know what it takes to succeed here, correct? Given that this is the largest graduating class, and standing here as the Vice President of Finance, we have to replenish these numbers. So in order for us to replenish these numbers, I'm going to need your help. So are you going to do that for us? Third and final, donate in support of the college. As the president mentioned, we have students who struggle a lot financially. So we're asking you to give back. So here's the challenge. Next year, we will be celebrating our 50th anniversary. And I have the greatest pleasure to invite each and every one of you here with this celebration. So, the alumni family plan to honor this milestone by raising $500,000. So, I am going to challenge each alum, including the ones from 1975, as well as families, friends, and others to support this worthy cause. So, when you receive a phone call, an email, or a letter asking for support, please, 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 don't ignore it. Put us on the top of your list. Is that a promise? It is my honor to celebrate this special occasion with you and to welcome each and every one of you to the rank of the Medgar Evers College Global Alumni Family. Class of 2019, congratulations again in making your dream a reality. Good luck and God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Laurie Daniel Favors, Esquire, General Counsel for our Center for Law and Social Justice.
You guys look absolutely beautiful. I am so proud of you and send you my heartfelt congrats. It is my distinct honor and privilege to be able to welcome our commencement speaker for today. It is my pleasure to welcome Reverend Al Sharpton, who is an internationally renowned civil rights leader, founder and president of the National Action Network. For decades, he's dedicated his life to the fight for justice and equality, taking the teachings of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King and applying them to the modern civil rights agenda. He has been a tireless advocate for everything from police reform and accountability to the protection of voting rights and educational equity. But if we're being honest, we already knew all that. In fact, half of what I just said you could find in Reverend Sharpton's bio, am I right? The reality is some of the things that really distinguish who we are not items that get listed in the biography. And many, many years ago, when I was in your seats and I was getting ready to graduate from another college, which, trust me, was no Medgar Evers College, I and a number of my fellow classmates were involved in a whole lot of protests, and we were involved in a whole lot of student activism. And as a result, we came under attack from several of the white supremacist and nationalist organizations in central Pennsylvania who had other opinions about what making America great actually meant. And because we had received a final letter after being targeted for 2 years with hate letters, death threats, and emails that showed us that these people knew who we were, where we lived, and how we moved, we realized we had to act. We received a final letter that said not only did they know who we were and were they angry that we had continued to raise our voices as black students, but that they had already, quote, killed an N-word buck and wanted to make sure that we knew about it. Our university had a very typical response and refused to announce to the college what has happened, refused to protect black students, and so we decided to take matters in our own hands, and we shut down the Penn State alumni football game. Yeah, it was a good time. Now, Dr. Crew, don't worry. I'm not encouraging any such thing. However, as we shut down that football game and as the police surrounded us and descended on us, there was a stadium much like this one, and everyone in the crowd did not look like us. And the folks in those crowd called us everything but a child of God, and we had no idea just how much danger we were in. Reverend Sharpton, however, whom none of us knew at that time, he actually did. And as he was on his way down to Puerto Rico, where he would then be arrested and spend time in Vieques and incarcerated there, before he got on the airplane, upon hearing about the work that we were doing, he had the foresight to send a team of people down to Penn State University to make sure that we got out. Not only did we get out, but because of the work and the support of people like Reverend Sharpton and the foresight that he had to create an institution that would center the needs of black people, we not only got out of jail, not only did we shut down the university, but we also secured $7 million from the state for the first Africana Research Institute in the state of Pennsylvania. Now that felt great, and it was wonderful in that moment. But we had no idea that the seeds that someone like Reverend Sharpton was planting way back then would result in what it did. And so our charge and our hope for you as graduates is that now it is your turn to see the seeds and to plant the seeds so that the children and the students who are coming behind you, including the folks in our pipeline, are going to be able to do even more magnificent things than you were. And so it is my honor and my distinct pleasure to present to you the commencement speaker for the Medgar Evers College 2019 graduation, Reverend Al Sharpton.
Well, thank you very much to our President, Dr. Rudy Crew, who has served in such an excellent and unmatchable way. Give a hand to Dr. Crew. To our CUNY trustees who I've known down through the years, both Ken Sunshine and, of course, William Thompson, and to all of the faculty, leadership of this school, but mostly to you, the graduates of Medgar for 2018 and 19. As I was coming to the center to participate today, I thought about how unlikely it is that we're even having this ceremony. Because what you need to know is that in 1970, when they started Medgar, I was a teenager in Brooklyn. Nobody thought Medgar Evers would survive. And what they predicted was that this is going to be some experiment that will phase out into another school, because they always have no expectations from what will come from us where we are. And the fact that we are here 49 years later was not given. The people that have come through this school are people that many people never thought would be anything. So don't take today for granted, not only for the school, but for yourself. Because the fact of the matter is, most folks never thought you'd graduate and be anything. And sometimes you didn't think so yourself. But this is one of the things that you need to know in life, and that is your victories are won by your most difficult battles. If you only can win the battles that everyone thinks you can win, you have no victory. It's when you win the battles that no one expects you to win, and when you win the battles over your own self-doubt and your own self-insecurity, that's when you graduate to the next level in life. Now, we are living in a real perilous time. I heard our borough president, Eric Adams, talking about some of it. We have a man in the White House that is not committed to continuing education with the right resources. I don't have to spend a lot of your graduation days talking about Trump. Y'all know he's standing in the need of prayer and other things. We are at a time where we are going from one day to the next, seeing that many of the things that Dr. Martin Luther King and President Barack Obama fought for being undercut. The question is not watching the news. The question is, what are we going to do about it? Medgar Evers, who this school was named after, was a black man in Jackson, Mississippi. He was the president of the Jackson, Mississippi NAACP. He fought to register blacks to vote in Mississippi in the 1960s. They told him if he didn't stop, they were going to kill him. But he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop risking his life and that of his family. And one night he pulled in his driveway, his wife and 3 children inside. He stepped out of his car in his driveway, and a man in the bushes blew his brains out to give us the right to vote. It was the killing of Medgar Evers that was the impetus for the enthusiasm for the March on Washington later that summer, when Martin Luther King talked about having a dream. So you come from a school of a man that died to give us the right to vote, yet some of us are sitting around here not using the right that others died to give us. They're trying to take it back. Many states, they've thrown up all kind of repressive moves. And you come from Medgar Evers College everybody that is a graduate from Medgar Evers ought to be the first ones in the voting booth on Election Day. And you ought to be the first ones voting for people that will sustain voting. We just got early voting in New York State, and they put all the polls in other areas than ours. No voting booths in Harlem. Medgar Evers graduates ought to deal with that. They have gotten, our public school budgets have been spread thin, and they give us the worst conditions. You ought to deal with that. Why are you saying that, Reverend Al? Well, if the best of us won't help the rest of us, then who gonna do it? If you that are, some of you are the only college graduates in your family. Some of you are the first ones to go to college in your family. If you can't do more, who's supposed to do more? You got more, so you ought to show more. Look at the surrounding seats of family and loved ones. Many of them never sat with a cap and a gown, but they made sure you did. Many of them never was able to get a degree or certified in anything, but they loved you enough and did whatever they could to help you. Some did nothing. I'm gonna keep it real. Some folks showed up for the graduation that didn't help y'all do nothing. But they're here anyhow. But if you have now stepped to another level, don't let people bring you down. You embrace and stand in the glow of your achievement, and don't belittle it in any way, shape, or form. That's why I'm telling you, you got to fight in society. Because if you go to where society designates you, you will fit into where they want you to fit. You got to decide where your seat is in life, and don't let anyone deny you from taking your place, just like you didn't let anyone deny you from getting this degree. I've been a fighter all my life. I was born right here in Brooklyn, Kings County Hospital. I started fighting about 3 minutes after I was born. Doctor slapped me. I looked at the other baby and said, "Did you see that guy hit us for nothing?" I tried to organize a boycott right in the hospital. You are going to get in life whatever you fight for. But fighting is not just one way of fighting. Fighting ain't always just marching like I do, or protesting, or being loud. Sometimes fighting is out thinking folks. Sometimes fighting is becoming an engineer, a scientist, a mathematician, and being what they didn't think you could be. Sometimes fighting is for people to misjudge you because you have a cool, smiling exterior, but inside your heart is burning with fire. Fight back in whatever style that you want to fight back, but don't ever accept people telling you your place is where your dreams have decided your place is going to be. I remember 2004, I ran for president of the United States. Got into Democratic primaries. We went around the country. It was about 8 or 9 candidates. Senator John Kerry, Senator John Edwards, Senator Howard Dean, all these senators and me debate. And I remember one night, Dr. Crew, we debated in Detroit, Michigan. Fox Theater, live on television. At the end of the debate, we came down, did the interviews. Reporter from the Detroit Free Press said to me, "Reverend Al, you did pretty good." I said, "Thank you." He said, no, I mean it. You did very well. I think you won the debate. I said, thank you. He said, you ought to be proud of yourself. Be up there and compete with governors and senators. I turned around and looked at him. I said, what you mean by that? He said, well, you know, there are governors and senators, and you're just a civil rights activist, and you held your own. I said, they ought to be proud to be up there with me. He looked at me confused. He said, how you figure that? I said, well, they were born on third base. All they needed was a single to get to home plate. I wasn't even born in the stadium. I come out of the hood of Brooklyn, New York. I had to come through the bleachers, down the stands, try to get on the field, and then hit a triple to get to third base. If they had to go through what I went through, they wouldn't have been on that stage tonight. But despite what I had to come through, I can stand on the stage with them and know that I must be just as smart and I got to be twice as bad. So as you go out today as graduates, don't be mumbling you come out of Medgar. Walk up to folk that have been to Harvard and Yale. Tell them I'm a graduate of Medgar because you might not have made it through Medgar. Because in Medgar we had to deal with reality. We had to ride trains and buses and hope nobody committed crime. We didn't have no dormitories in Cambridge. We lived in the real world and got a degree anyway. I'm tougher than you. I'm rougher than you. I'm badder than you. I heard the sister say, first point is remember to fight. Second point is you got to be on your own side. I heard the sister introducing me and titles that I've done in life, and I was surprised with the story she told about Pennsylvania, but there's one thing she didn't know to put in the bio. And that is that I've been the chairman of the board, president, secretary, treasurer, and only member of the Al Sharpton fan club. We meet every morning. Get up, go in the bathroom, fix up our little face, and we call the meeting order. Go, Al. You can get them, Al. Don't worry about what they write in the paper. Al, do it, Al. Get up, Al. No, don't cry, Al. Go, Al. And by the time we have our little Al rally and come out the bathroom, I'm ready to face whatever the day got for me. You have got to be in charge of your own fan club. You have got to be determined today as you walk out of the Barclays Center, as you walk out of here with a degree and a new page in your life, that if nobody is on your side, you're going to be on your side the rest of your life. You're not going to depend on nothing and nobody but God and you from here out. I don't care if every teacher in Medgar was on your side. They can't help you if you're not on your own side. But the reverse is true. If everybody is against you, they can't stop you if you're on your side. You got to be for you if you're going to make it. Third thing is to know that if you are a believer in a power that will push you toward what's right, there's nothing that can stop you, and there's nothing that can get in your way. The world does not run by what is on the side of what is the mighty, but those that are right. Right is going to overpower wrong. And in the end, if you're right and you stand for what's right, there's a power that you will have. I grew up in the black church. I've known civil rights leaders since I was a little boy. Some of them raised and poured into me. Marcella Maxwell I see here, and others that I grew up in New Brooklyn watching Judge Thompson, Billy's father. And I grew up learning that there is two things that you can make it with. You will have hope of a better day. But there is a gear that I have beyond hope. I told President Obama I loved his book about hope. I was mentored by Jesse Jackson, who used to say, keep hope alive. But Dr. Crew, sometimes your hopes will be dashed. Sometimes disappointments will crush your hopes. Sometimes things, betrayal and deception will hurt your feelings and crash your hopes. But there's a thing beyond hope called faith. In fact, faith is the substance of things, hope for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is when doctors give up, but you hold on believing in a higher doctor. Faith is when you have a pile of bills and no money, but you say, he will provide all of my needs. Faith is when your friends walk out, when your family turns their back, when your loved ones don't love you back, but you say, I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me now. We come this far by faith, leaning on the Lord, trusting in his holy word. He never, from the outhouse to the White House, he never failed us yet. I reached a certain stage in my career. Ken Sunshine, I remember, I got a call from the New York Times. They wanted to do a profile on me. And I said, well, what does that mean? They said, well, we're going to ride around with you for a week or two and just see what you do. Write it down. People want to know how you starting to become who you become. I said, all right. They met me. We went that week to rallies and strategy meetings and went to various radio shows and other things I was doing. Saturdays, we did rallies every Saturday. We still do it, National Action Network. They went with me. I met my little staff then, wasn't big as it is now. And at the staff meeting, they said, Reverend Al, you can't bring them to church with you tomorrow. I said, why can't I bring them to church? Said, well, he won't understand how we have church. I don't know about y'all, but I come out and watch the temple and then Bethany Baptist, and we don't have, sedate, quiet church. We have church. And my staff was afraid this journalist wouldn't understand it. I thought about it. I said, yeah, but he couldn't really do my story without seeing my church experience. So I waited till late that Saturday evening, got ready to drop him off. I said, tomorrow I'm going to pick you up 8 in the morning, take you to church with me. He says, oh, that's very interesting. I always were intrigued by the black church. I'd like that experience. I didn't know whether to be insulted or not. I said, what you mean by that? He said, well, in my church, we're so quiet and sedate and reserved. And you guys seem so passionate and emotional. And maybe you can explain it to me. I said, all right. So I picked him up next morning. We got to the church, stood out in the vestibule on my way in. He said, just a minute. Let me ask you something. That's what I'm talking about. I don't understand some things. I said, what's that? He said, look on the left-hand side, all the way down to about the 6th row. There's a lady that keeps doing this with her hands. He said, well, what does that mean? I said, oh, you don't know that lady. That lady was Sister so-and-so. I won't give her name. I said, she was diagnosed 6 years ago with cancer. Doctors gave her 6 months to live. And she came one Wednesday to what we call prayer meeting. And she got on her knees and asked God to deliver her and salvage her. And that was 6 years ago. She was supposed to have been dead 5.5 years ago, and somehow her faith has sustained her, and every time she come in the church house, she just waves her hand. He said, oh, well, all right, but what about the guy up in the choir loft? I said, that's the choir stand. He said, well, the choir stand keeps clapping his hands, and there's not even any music. I said, well, he's a man that went through a fire, lost everything he had, and somehow he restored all that he lost, and he just thanks God for bringing him through. I said, I got to go onto the pulpit now. He says, but wait, I got to ask you one more that's just bothering me. I said, what's that? He said, go to the center aisle, 3 rows back. I said, okay. He said, there's a lady on the 3rd row. She keeps jumping up out her seat. And when she gets up, she kind of leans over. She looked like she gonna fall, but she won't fall over, but she can't stand up, and she keeps jumping up and down. He said, what is that lady's story? I said, well, that lady's story is her and her husband built a business on Logan Street in Brooklyn, New York, made a lot of money. He owned the corner store, owned buildings, made enough money, bought a house out in Hollis, Queens, 10-room house. They had a little girl and a little boy, bought a new Cadillac every year, and lived an idyllic middle-class black life. She had 2 kids from her earlier marriage, moved up, and he started going with her stepdaughter, impregnated her, had a baby, and walked out on his wife, a little girl, a little boy. She held on long as she could, but they came and got the Cadillac, repossessed the Cadillac. They soon turned the utilities out in the house. The little girl, the little boy had to do their homework by candlelight. All the kids in the little middle-class neighborhood was laughing at them because they lived with no lights and no gas. She finally left and had to move back to the hood in Brooklyn, not to East New York, moved to Brownsville, and had to go from driving a new Cadillac to becoming a domestic worker. Used to get the train, ride downtown to scrub floors, to take care of her little girl and little boy. She used to pray on the way to that train, Lord, if I never drive a Cadillac again, it'll be all right if you take care of my little girl and my little boy. Lord, if I never own a house again, it'll be all right if you take care of my little girl and my little boy. If I never, ever live a nice, clear life like I had, it'll be all right if you take care of my little girl and little boy. And she saw that little girl and that little boy grow up and be somebody and have more education and wherewithal than she ever had. And when she thinks about what she went through, she jumps out of her seat, and the pressures of life leans her over, and she kind of jumps up and down. I got ready and walked away, but then I thought, and I turned back and looked at him and said, the reason I know that woman's story is I'm her little boy. I come to tell you that you can get beyond your heartbreaks. You can get behind whatever crushed you in life. You can get past whatever pain you bear. It don't matter how hard the path. You keep on going. You keep on dreaming. You keep on believing. Don't let nobody hurt you, break you. They'll try to break you, but if you're strong enough, they will never break you, even if they bend you. In a few minutes, Dr. Crew is going to call your name, and you're going to walk across this stage. And they're going to give you the degree and call your name in this big arena, an arena that everyone from Mrs. Michelle Obama to Beyonce been in this arena. But today, they're going to call your name. I want you to do me one favor. Make today a day that you promise yourself that you're going to keep making them call your name. Don't let this be the last day they call your name. Further in life, when they name excellence, make them call your name. When they name survivors, make them call your name. Let the day be the first day of making them call your name. I come from a broken home on welfare, was expected to be nothing, but I made this nation call my name.
You know, every once in a while, you're supposed to stay true to reading what they tell you to read. And I'm tempted to do that. But Lord Jesus. Reverend Sharpton, did he put that out there for us? Did he give it to us? Give him one more round of applause. Thank you very much, Reverend Sharpton. I don't know, between you and Eric Adams, I don't know how you cannot feel graduated today, right? You got to be filled with everything to hear what these inspirational leaders have given to you today. And at this time, I would ask for our keynote speaker, Reverend Sharpton, to return to the podium, along with Trustee Bill Thompson and Ken Sunshine, if you both would join us, please. I'd like to read a citation in recognition of your inspired dedication, commitment, and service to humane needs. It is privileged to award Alfred Charles Sharpton, Jr., the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the accompanying rights, privileges, immunities, and honors thereto pertaining. Dated this 5th day of June, 2019. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I hereby award this honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters, honoris causa, to Reverend Al Sharpton, with all the rights, privileges, and honors appertaining thereto. Now, we went out of order a little bit, just so you'll know, because Reverend Sharpton has to go do his show. And I wanted to make sure, as I promised, that I would get him out in time to do that. So, as you need to, please feel free to excuse yourself from the stage appropriately. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you, before he leaves, Reverend Dr. Alfred Charles Sharpton, Jr.
At this time, I invite to the podium Ms. Loan Emile. valedictorian of the class of 2019, Ms. Emile was our associate degree scholar in 2018 and is now graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Accounting. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Luan Emile.
Thank you. Okay. President Crew, Provost, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, families, and friends, on behalf of the graduating class of 2019, I would like to welcome and thank you all for celebrating with us. It is a great honor to address you on such a memorable occasion. The reason I'm standing here before you today is because I was inspired by my family to undertake this journey. It was hard getting here. There were many obstacles which stood between me and my goal, a degree which I knew would give me what we are all striving for, success and a promising career. I achieved my goals through hard work, support from my family, and making time. Everything in life depends on time. Time can be our biggest enemy and our greatest reward. We take our time for granted. Every day, we go through a routine, going to work, going to school, paying our bills, running errands, and the cycle starts all over again. We get stuck in the cycle, and before we know it, years have passed us by. This was my situation. After leaving St. Lucia, I put a pause on my education, so I had to stop and ask myself, was I getting closer to my ultimate goal? What was I achieving through this cycle? My ambitions had begun to blur as I went about through my daily routine. That's when I decided that I needed to make time for my education, that I needed to balance my everyday life and work towards my goal. I wanted to set an example for my son, Alan. He was one of the persons who inspired me to appreciate the things I have in life and to use these things to work to be a better person. Because although we set lofty goals, they are empty without love. To reach our goals, we have to be motivated by our desire to care and provide for one another. This one-of-a-kind inspiration, love, gives us the determination we need to reach our goals. Along the way, we must make countless choices. Sometimes we make the right choices, sometimes the wrong choices. That's the way life is. But a good life is based on all our choices, whether it is right or wrong. The amazing thing is that whilst we are so happy that we finally accomplished our goals, the struggle to reach them and the mistakes we made along the way, we developed powerful skills. Our goals are important, but the end result is something greater, the sum of all the achievements we reached on the way. The harder we work for something, the better we feel when we have achieved it. And the feelings we're sharing here today demonstrate that we have achieved something great. It may have been a tough path, the countless sleepless nights I know everyone went through, the 15 to 20-page papers we had to write, but we did it. By graduating today, we are well on our way to success. We gather here today to celebrate our accomplishment, to graduate from Medgar College and enter another phase of our lives. The world now presents new challenges that we have been preparing for. Success in this world is predicated on harnessing all that we have learned, all that we have endured, the negatives, the positives, the relationships we forged, the relationships that have faded, the mental anguish, and the mental jubilation. I would like to thank God for his strength and guidance. Without him, I wouldn't be standing here. I would also like to express my deepest appreciation to my family and friends for encouraging me during my journey. especially my mom who supported me. Mom, thank you for all your prayers. To my friends who believed in me and encouraged me along the way. Some of them are not able to attend today, but I know they're watching, so thank you all. I would also like to acknowledge our professors for contributing to not only my success, but to the success of all graduates here today. We thank you for your knowledge and undivided attention, for allowing us to improve on our different skills needed to succeed. To the administrators and staff, we greatly appreciate everything that you have done. To end, I leave you with this quote from the late coach John Wooden. Success is peace of mind, which is a direct result of self-satisfaction in knowing you did your best to become the best you are capable of becoming. Congratulations, class of 2019. We made it. Thank you.
At this time, I invite Mr. Cyril Medgar, President of the Student Government Association, to the podium. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Medgar.
Dr. Crew and members of the Cabinet, faculty and staff of Medgar College, representative of CUNY Board of Trustees, political officials, our guest speaker, Reverend Al Sharpton, family, friends, past president of SGA Ashton Newton, and my fellow graduates of 2019. Good morning. I'm honored to stand before you today as your student government president. It was a humbling experience to serve you. I have had the opportunity to get to know so many of you. The interactions we share daily, I would not trade for the world. The task was not an easy one, but I had a group of dedicated, selfless people who worked diligently with me. Without their hard work, resilience, and putting self aside, we could not have accomplished. We had many successful events and programs that allowed us to directly and intimately work with and for you, the students. My wish is that the new president and body of SGA will continue with two programs that I believe to be very important. One being an IIE event, Information, Inspiration, and Education. It's an event that allows us to invite the different departments in our college to sit and listen to our students. Students were given the opportunity to speak with representatives of financial aid, Bursa, academic advisement, SEEK, among others. This event allows students to share the impact that these offices had on their lives. As you can imagine, the dialogue at times was a little passionate. We now understand that what we have started is something of importance to our students. We provided a safe atmosphere in which students were able to express how they feel about the services offered to them. In addition, they expressed how their experiences with these departments impacted them. Finally, students were able to share ideas that will improve services to them at MEC. In return, the representatives were able to listen, and for some, it was the first time a real conversation with our students occurred. They were open and shared with us, with our students, the future and goals their department has. The other event that I hope will remain in our student relation. Our group would meet on Wednesdays in the office during club hours to discuss various concerns and issues that the students have. Often, SGA members would break into small groups of 2s and 3s to canvass the campus, personally speaking with the members of our diverse body of students. To better address any student concern of our college, we engage with them and ask questions to better understand their personal experiences at MEC, as a MEC student. We ask of future goals, how Medgar is helping them, and how well they are adjusting to their academic experience. This opened the door for SGA to engage more with our students and boost their confidence. As a result, students came to trust us, allowing them to open up about serious issues they face at our college. This program allowed us to do our jobs and work to resolve these issues, in the part helping them to navigate the college life. I urge SGA to keep these two programs, as it serves the purpose you are elected for, helping the students. Thank God for his mercies, guidance, and love in this journey. He has kept me. A special thanks to my family who is here with me today. My dad, my sister, Kelsa Webster, Candace, and especially my 3-year-old daughter, K.L. Morgan, and niece, Sakari Booker. Words are not adequate enough to express how happy I am that they are here to experience this graduation ceremony and to see me here. My hope is that today will empower even the youngest future student of color. I love you guys. Of course, I must acknowledge my team who did an excellent job for the past year. They are a powerful group of focused individuals who are an integral force guiding this journey. I personally thank each and every one of you for your hard work and dedication. You all should be proud. You served with dignity. Dwayne Bess, our treasurer, I thank you for your outstanding job. Stephen Alvarez, you were always there when I needed you. Lovette, our correspondence secretary, stepped in with an additional position despite juggling classes. I thank Crystal Gomez for her hard work. I appreciate the sacrifices you all have made. Thank you. A very special thanks to our advisor, Dr. Box. You have been there for us, and this body appreciates you. You're appreciated. To our Dean of Students, Dr. McLean, we are grateful for your leadership and for the many meetings we have had. We thank you for your work, for working with us to create a better MEG for our students. Permit me to mention a few persons who also supported me along this journey. Student Life, thank you. I appreciate your hard work. Ms. Mason, thank you for your dedication. Kurt Robertson, an academic advisement, thank you for coming to our meetings, to listen to what students had to say and working diligently to make things happen. Dr. Alicia Reed, thank you for your assistance as well. Dr. Blackman, thank you for all your support. I would like to thank ASAP and my former ASAP advisor, Ray Bartholomew, Andre Burton, and Mohammed Rahid. From MDEC, the Male Development and Empowerment Center, thank you for creating a safe space for us, men of color, where we empower each other every day. My friends Latoya Collins, Shanice Gallimore, Robert Johnson, and Nigeria Roberts, thank you for your friendship and all you do for me. Finally, a very special thanks to Dr. Ella Russell. Your class and subsequent friendship is invaluable and will serve as an inspiration to me. To the class of 2019, it is important that you know that this is not the end, but only the beginning. As we go our separate ways, some to graduate school, others into the workforce, know that the realization of your dreams is just the start. It is important to give back to the community, as well as to MEC community. Do not be shy in volunteering. Make your voice heard so that you can be among the future leaders that will bring serious change in our communities. We owe this to ourselves, our families, and the next generation. Congratulations, CUNY Medgar Evers, class of 2019. We did it.
Thank you, Cyril, for your address to the graduates and our guests. At this time, I invite Ms. Abio Williams, Student Government Association Senior Class President, to the podium. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Abio Williams.
Dr. Crew, faculty and staff of Medgar College, honored guests, Reverend Al Sharpton, family, friends, class of 2019, good morning. This is a great day for all of us, and I am both humbled and honored to address you as the senior class president 2018 to 2019. Graduation symbolizes the beginning of a new stage in our lives and our collective experience here at Medgar Evers College. It prepares us for the journey ahead. And today, I'd like to talk to you about journeys. Many of us here have had some interesting rides, some straight, pointed, with a clear goal in mind, others longer, circuitous, and with a destination that needed to keep shifting for various personal, financial, or emotional reasons. I'm a non-traditional student. It's okay. I'm sure you couldn't tell because of my girlish good looks. I'm a mother, a veteran, a nurse, an immigrant, and slightly older than some of you here. Nothing was handed to me, but as I look out at the sea of hopeful faces in front of me, I know that my story isn't unique. Some of us cross seas, time zones, borders, and even family members who may not have understood our vision to arrive at this day. Our graduation from Medgar Evers, where we create success one student at a time. When I started my educational journey, my son was 3 years old. He's 15 today. So the next time you're getting a little agitated with life or with yourself because something isn't manifesting in the time you wanted, please do think of me. You'll feel a whole lot better. All jokes aside, I'd like to tell you about this journey that kept me going on my 12-year adventure. It's the story of the African elephant mother. Does anyone know just how long this elephant carries her baby? The African elephant is pregnant for 22 whole months, just 2 months shy of 2 complete years. In the same space of time, a hamster could have given birth 22 times, a dog 9 times, and a human twice. Imagine loving, nurturing, and waiting on one baby for all that time. Scientists have proven that these 22 months are absolutely necessary, as elephants are the largest land animals in the world and with the biggest brains. This ensures proper development of the fetus in the womb. Without it, the calf's chances of survival are 0 to none. And the birth itself is a spectacle to witness. When the mother elephant is giving birth in the wild, her herd rallies around her, circling, and with their support, what took a painstaking 22 months comes to fruition in under 1 minute. The baby calf, weighing an astonishing 230 pounds, is then lavishly rubbed in dirt and coaxed to its feet. The world stops and stares in awe at this majesty. Can you imagine that? This definitely brings a new perspective to the word motherhood. Fellow graduates, outside of focus and faith, the waiting and the journey is what's important. Get a clear vision and keep it in sight. The getting lost, the asking for directions, getting sidetracked or misled, and eventually finding your way back is actually quite valuable. Don't judge your path or compare your journey with that of another because it's different. Like the elephant, forget how fast other animals are doing it because you understand that without the long incubation period, the dream is less powerful and less awe-inspiring, and you less ready to accept it and step into your greatness. In essence, and since I don't want to be accused of giving conflicting marketing messages, be a cougar, but with the heart of an elephant. Finally, always look back. Look inwards and to your left, right, and all around you in gratitude. Right now, think about and look around to see all those who chose to walk this journey with you. Your family, friends, your professors, administrators, those who fed you, prayed for you, clothed you, gave you strength, courage, and motivation to move on. This is the herd, the trade you never forget. Thank you. Like the artist Corey rightfully said, me thank God for the journey, the earnings are just for the plus, yes? Because gratitude is a must. I'd like to thank my loving family, my mom, Nev, my friends, well-wishers near and far, Morella for stepping in and helping, Mr. Roberts, and to my loving son, EJ, I hope that all the sacrifices that I made was well worth it, and that I can be a great role model to you. Be legendary, baby. And last but not least, thanks to Student Life for all of their assistance. And graduates, always remember to congratulate yourself. The mother elephant's tribe cannot also carry the baby for her. She must take full responsibility. You are the dream, and you are also the dream keeper. Be faithful and be bold in your pursuits, but be prepared for however long the journey runs or sputters forward. Also, as you go out into the world, be a willing part of the herd, helping someone else birth their dreams. Always remember to send the elevator back down, but just maybe leave the dirt part out. Congratulations, class of 2019. Make some noise!
Thank you, Ms. Emilaire, Mr. Morgan, Ms. Williams, for greeting our graduates and providing a stimulating conversation for us to think about to all of our guests as well. And at this time, I'd like to take it as a point of privilege to recognize the Student Government Association leadership, who has worked tirelessly to support each and every one of you over the course of the year. Could I ask that all of the SGA members in the graduating class, if you would stand, please, and be recognized. SGA members. Your leadership is deeply appreciated and no doubt will continue on in the hands of other people over the course of the next years. Provost.
And now, the moment we have been waiting for. The conferral of degrees. Will all the candidates please stand? Mr. President, on the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Business, the School of Education, the School of Liberal Arts, and the School of Science, Health, and Technology, and their respective departments, I present to you the candidates for the degrees of the Bachelor of Arts, the Bachelor of Science, the Bachelor of Professional Studies, the City University of New York Baccalaureate, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate in Applied Science. For the August 2018, January 2019, and June 2019.
Provost Okereke, faculty, candidates for graduation, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I hereby confer all the degrees for Bachelors of Arts, Bachelors of Science, Bachelor of Professional Studies, the City University of New York Baccalaureate, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate in Applied Science, and the Certificate in Practical Nursing for August 18, January 2019, and June of 2019, with all the rights, privileges, and honors appertaining thereto. Graduates, as a symbol of your new status, please move your tassel from right to left. And now, one last time, just to ask for your indulgence, please remain here for the entire ceremony so everybody else gets a chance to have your applause and your recognition. Please be seated.
The deans of the schools will now present the graduates for their degrees and certificates. To expedite the presentation of degrees and certificates, please refrain from taking pictures until the end of the ceremony. At this time, it is my honor to invite to the podium Dr. Joanne Rowe, Dean of the School of Business, home of this year's valedictorian, Dean Rowe.
Good morning. On behalf of the School of Business, I will now present the graduates for their degrees. At this time, I ask that all faculty in the School of Business please stand and be acknowledged. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present to you the faculty of the School of Business. Thank you, faculty. You may be seated. Well, you already seated. Will the graduates from the School of Business please stand and come forward? Chairpersons representing the following degrees, please come forward as well. Bachelor's of Science in Accounting, Bachelor of Science in Business, Bachelor of Professional Studies in Applied Management, Associate of Science in Business Administration, Bachelor of Science in Computer Information Systems, Associate of Applied Science in Computer Applications, Bachelor of Science in Financial Economics, Bachelor of Science in Public Administration, and Associate of Science in Public Administration for August 2018, January 2019, and June 2019.
Your valedictorian, Luann Emilaire, summa cum laude. Julia Ahn, summa cum laude. Janice Hanley, cum laude. Yamaling Fanju, summa cum laude. Naomi Dolce. Vanessa Louise. Carrie Ann Harris Rubin, cum laude. Vanessa Flowers, cum laude. Stephanie Rogers. Naomi Richardson. Concessa Joseph Lucante, magna cum laude. Nadia Brown. Sherard Jacques. Natu. Rosemary Hackett. Francine Cadet. Amber Riviru, cum laude. Anthony Taylor. Benito Michelle. Alexis Gomez. Brian Brown. Melania Monroe, summa cum laude. Shadeen Bailey, magna cum laude. Yolanda Griffith, cum laude. Demetria Maitland. Delama Georges. Diego Castellanos. Bailey Young, magna cum laude. Saeed Mohammed. Susan Waterman, cum laude. Adrian Wynn, cum laude. Akima Mathis. Brentley Britton, cum laude. Omar Getter. Ermis Mayi. Andre Rosario, summa cum laude. Cedric Small. Boris Gutierrez, cum laude. Michelle Williams, magna cum laude. Chanel Kemp. Jason Innocent. Ashan Dyer, summa cum laude. Shirley Dumais, magna cum laude. Muchi Lee Augustin. Thales Dominguez. Jocelyn Suna, cum laude. Gloribel Tahita. Joanne Kershaw. Elizabeth Johnson Marshall. Keegan Abrams. Myquan McLaurin, summa cum laude. Nissan Higgins. Kinlan Duharan, cum laude. James Hyacinth. Patrice Francis. Andy Nicholas. Andy Ramirez. Cameron Carnegie. Kanisha Bryan DeLasseur, magna cum laude. Otis Walker. Micah Morgan. Iquan Morgan. Samantha McLeod. Tiffany Donegan. Beverly Nurse. Bibi Aziz, summa cum laude. Naja Parker, cum laude. Ebony D. Berry. Darlene Paul Acid. Flora Herbert, magna cum laude. Marima Dejuarna. Miriam Dewarna, Masoud, magna cum laude. Ziadeen Muhammad, magna cum laude. Abu Bakar Jallo. Crystal Morgan, cum laude. Sasha Duncan. Rayon Primo, cum laude. Daniel Alvarez, cum laude. Desmond Prince, cum laude. Kimba Ellis, cum laude. Kalisha Grant Moore, magna cum laude. Tisha Rose, magna cum laude. Roxanne Hackett. Marcus Clouden. Evans Prosper. Abraham Faustin, magna cum laude. Ashley Kelman. Candace Applewhite. Samba Diop, cum laude. Tequila Hall. Wortley Canal. Princess Harris. Chris Ann Suku. Isabel Rodriguez. Joyce Ramos. Charles Green. Philip Marks. Atidra Edwards. Ruth Ann Mosley. Pamela Payne, cum laude. Kiana Satterwhite, cum laude. Francia Jean Francois. D'Alon Charles, summa cum laude. Ian Allen. Christian Ramirez, cum laude. Kendi Roberts. Julaine DaCosta. Janine Potts, cum laude. Katandra Roberts, magna cum laude. Kimmy Jimo. Eric Moore. Rawan Fernellen, cum laude. Anisha Moyce, summa cum laude. Candy Primus, cum laude. Joshua Newsom, magna cum laude. Miles Albert. Tanika McFarlane. Mamuna Diallo. Alexandra Lagar. Kioma Abioma, cum laude. Veronica Nichols. Preston Defer, cum laude. Jessica C. Persad, cum laude. Amarer Faru. Donnie Phillip. Deidre McCollin. Felicia Mingo. Deanna Johnson. Brianna DeSana. Brooke Brown. Merlin Nesbitt. Trisha Lewis, summa cum laude. Tanisha Beckford. Deborah Lazada. Neil Chan. Junior Lawrence. Hugh Molzak, magna cum laude. Emmanuel Aris. Samira Roberts. Toribio Rios Lennon. Calvis Pelu. Rashim Moses. Bindo Fanfare. Ronald Williams. Tiana Bryan. Shaquille Short. Amber Corbin. Johnny Ortiz, summa cum laude. Mariam Kazim, cum laude. Nezrin Sultana, cum laude. Takesha Redur. Latoya Shepard. Saran Bogle. Janawi Joseph, summa cum laude. Krista Spencer, cum laude. Andrea Escoffery, cum laude. Eusebia Jean-Baptiste, magna cum laude. Roxanne Taylor. Alden Houston. Jacobina Lewis. Rashana Clement, summa cum laude. Tajma Isaac. Ibrahim Amusa, cum laude. Andrew Simmons, magna cum laude. Dwayne Best, magna cum laude. Yana Zoe Williams. Andre Walker. Zephania Porter. Yisa Jimo. Ciara Scott.
Will the graduates and the chairpersons of the School of Business please be seated?
Please welcome to the podium Dr. Sheila Paul, founding Dean of the School of Education, which is celebrating its second commencement at Medgar Evers College, Dean Paul.
On behalf of the School of Education, I will now present the graduates for their degrees. At this time, I ask that all faculty in the School of Education please stand to be acknowledged. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present to you the faculty of the School of Education. Thank you, faculty. You may be seated. Will the graduates from the School of Education please stand and come forward? Chairpersons representing the following degrees, please come forward as well. Bachelor of Arts in Early Childhood and Special Education, Bachelor of Arts in Childhood Special Education, Bachelor of Arts in Childhood Education, and Associate of Arts in Teacher Education for August 2018, January 2019, and June 2019.
Keisha James, summa cum laude. Zolan Charles Smith. Denisha John Prince, magna cum laude. Aaron Dutton, cum laude. Angela Nelsie. Cecilia Guzman. Ansel Baptiste, magna cum laude. Talisha Lubron. Razadatu Subrai, magna cum laude. Aretha Myers. Thelsa Norales. Johanna Adams, cum laude. Stephen Alvarez, cum laude. Jasmine Henderson, cum laude. Austin Dragos, magna cum laude. Samantha Sacco. Unique Peters, cum laude. Antonia Chanman. Yolande McLennan. Amy Rodriguez. Shireen Hodgson, magna cum laude. Paulina Tyson Cox. Alicia Allen. Vanessa Vanzi. Marie Rowley. Elizabeth Cruz, cum laude. Amrita Prasad, magna cum laude. Onika Brahma. Jasmine Diaz. Elani Morales. Arandi Seaforth. Janelle Green. Phyllis Coy. Donna Collimore. Genevieve Jean-Marie. Alexandra Lopez Galarado. Magali Antoine. Vancy Johnson. Sandra Luars, magna cum laude. Roberta Miller, magna cum laude. Jennifer Joseph, magna cum laude. Tasha Gay Stewart. Jody Ann Blanchard. Afia Britton, cum laude. Shanna Salam, cum laude. Shelley McCalla, summa cum laude. Sophia Brown, magna cum laude. Shelley Ann Frederick, summa cum laude. Chrysanthia Span, cum laude. Akiba Gums. Latoya Leopold Albert. Amoy Garraway, cum laude. Kim Choi Marin. Shafana Derek.
No. Go back and sit down. I have to send you back. Yeah. Wait. I'll tell you when.
Will the graduates and chairpersons of the School of Education please be seated? They're not back. I now ask for your attention as President Crew joins me in presenting our posthumous degree.
For the Bachelor of Arts in Special Education Early Childhood, I invite the family of Mrs. Janice Jean to come forward and receive her degree. And on behalf of the Medgar Evers College family, we offer to them our deepest condolences.
Now, it's time to turn the spotlight on the School of Liberal Arts. I invite to the podium Dr. Ethan Gologo, Dean of the School of Liberal Arts, home of the Associate Degree Scholar and this year's oldest graduate.
Good morning and congratulations on behalf of the School of Liberal Arts to all our graduates. At this time, I ask that all faculty in the School of Liberal Arts please stand to be acknowledged. I am proud to present to you the faculty of the School of Liberal Arts. Thank you. You may be seated. Will the graduates from the School of Liberal Arts please stand and come forward? Chairpersons representing the following degrees, please come forward as well. Bachelor of Arts in English, Associate of Arts in English, Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Studies, Associate of Arts in Liberal Studies with a concentration in English, World Languages, Mass Communications, Philosophy and Religion, Psychology, or Social Sciences. Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Bachelor of Science in Social Work for August 2018, January 2019, and June 2019. You may come forward.
Donnell North, summa cum laude. Brooke Smith. Tyrell Cardy, cum laude. Lisa Buckery, magna cum laude. Joyce Morris. Alicia Miller Cherry. Andre Smith. Tiani Gordon. Egypt Murphy Smith. Monique Watt. Michelle Pinkston, magna cum laude. Kersey Della Rosa, cum laude. Wista Jean, cum laude. Kanita Renee, cum laude. Rachel Lee Kalum. Shanisha Hodges, summa cum laude. Dominique Jordan, magna cum laude. Deborah Watson. Ann McKenzie, magna cum laude. Isabel Aquino. Denise Rivers. Cassandra Washington, cum laude. Lorianne Cardoza. Shannon John, cum laude. Naima Abdullah. Tyra Facey. Eric Farrell. Muriel Sasu. Eric Watson, cum laude. Davina Galindez, cum laude. Alicia Thomas, cum laude. Devon Holland, magna cum laude. Pamela Maranta, cum laude. David Frater Bragg, Ariel DeLond, Diamond Harrison, Lisa Dixon, Nakidia Harris, Talia Elcock, summa cum laude, Mariana Rosa, summa cum laude, Christine Campbell, summa cum laude, Nora Trochet, magna cum laude, Renee E. Lewis, Charlene McKenzie, magna cum laude, Vondia Jones, magna cum laude, Omari Daniels, Karifa Calendar, Valerie Wright, cum laude, Blessing Tate, summa cum laude, Shanice Battle, Daliana Tejada, Anoa Singor, magna cum laude, Shoshana McGill, Anisha Lancaster, Khadijah Kirubali, Asa Fasiru, Kinu Lee, Venice Ishibashi, summa cum laude, Sasha Green, cum laude, Khadijah Hughes, cum laude, Rakayat Rotimi, magna cum laude, Chantel Watson, Caprice Lindsay, Adrian Dyer Patorsky, magna cum laude, Marley Sanchez Lopez, Neftali Bernard, Natalie Stevenson, Christine Knight, Ronia Daniel, Dawn Glasgow Middleton, cum laude, Lisa Tate, cum laude, Cheryl Singletary, cum laude, Sade Barrett, summa cum laude, Tojina Williams, cum laude, Danica Middleton, Akila Toppin, Angelina Vialva, summa cum laude, Alicia Peart, cum laude, Jackie Paul, Tanika Jackson, summa cum laude, Franklin Santana, Shanae Thompson, magna cum laude, Odion Igbanoba, Niagma Ali, Mariah Coach, Listra Jonovan, Paulette Baval, Samantha Austin, Samara Martin, magna cum laude, Hannah Charmont, magna cum laude, Autumn Staton, cum laude, Alan Dorleen. Giovanna Santiago Rhodes, cum laude. Trisha Luma Augustin. Juanita Bishop, magnum cum laude. Ray Toussaint. Tashawn Davis, cum laude. Tina Maria Edwards. Philly Canute, cum laude. Sandra Paul Marcelin, cum laude. Haulatu Soe, cum laude. Philomena Ihasien Mew, cum laude. Sheila Eki. Danae Hamilton. Tanisha Green. Desiree Mercury. Malika Frazier. Monet Mabra. Christopher Pinto. Olivia Goldburn. Shakia Rolock, cum laude. Marissa Mitchell. Kadeen Pert. T. Ganiela Garcia, summa cum laude. Charmaine Parker, summa cum laude. Samantha Weeks, magna cum laude. Rosemary Alufa.
Oh, yeah.
Antonio Sinet, cum laude. Ilani Pierre. Sadea James. Natalia Hallett, summa cum laude. Charnel Roberts, magna cum laude. Eunice Phillips. Alexis Thomas. Alicia Anderson. Kimona Harriet. Merle Daniel Shemansky. Jaleesa Riley. Soliha Tabit Stryker. Keisha Bell. Eureka Ravelis. Melanie Martin, cum laude. Renola Isaacs. Amanda Miles. Janae Johnson. Khadija Mohammed. Nadej Ademiju. Giancarlo Bonilla. Regina Alexander, magna cum laude. Andrea Stewart, magna cum laude. Rochelle Lorient, summa cum laude. Sandana Samuels, cum laude. Allison Niles, summa cum laude. Hakeem Alexander Blake. Genoa Navarrete. DeAndre Gray. Modupe Farcarrier. Diamond Williams. Christine Wilson. Christine Lewison. Cindy Theodore.
Period.
Nissa K. Henry. Ashlyn Cadet. Samantha Williams. Abigail Kersaint. Joella Ferracho, cum laude. Vanessa Providence. Melissa Casimir. Kia Bird. Dana Taylor. Kiana Olivier. Nasarima Nelson. Cassia Butters. Jermaine Fillmore. Angelique Lawrence. Ciara Bell. Mahogany Washington. Beatrice Ezekiel. Shelby Flood. Antonia Noel. Valerie Robert, magna cum laude. Sabrina Duvert. Marguerite Guerriere. Victoria Watson. Simone Harding. Patricia Howell. Isaiah Goodman. Max Entener. Shaderick Jackson. Brittany Thompson. Camille Richardson. Annalicia Messiah. Tracy Ann Wright, cum laude. Glenn George, summa cum laude. Jaleesa Adams. Siobhan Small. Stephanie Maynard. Kareem Tobias. Kamal Grant, cum laude. Omotolani Kayode. Brittany Williams. Royal Degans. Priscilla Roth. Raquel Sannon. Rakay Rodney. Tamika Loriano. Sharika White. Stanley Delanois. Philomena Mercury. Catherine Quintana. Janisha Carrington. Tiara Smith. Tawana Jordan, cum laude. Fragane Gillespie. Gabriel Jameson, cum laude. Darrell Berry. Brittany Potter, magna cum laude. Rakashel Jules. cum laude. Noah Moore. Devon Nash. Lamar Farrell. Jessica David, cum laude. Raquel Mortis, cum laude. Naomi Chandler. Alexander Jirena. Joanne Felagine, cum laude. Mariama Jallo, cum laude. Esther Jean. Veluska Santaliz, cum laude. Charlene Breedy. Camille Seals, cum laude. Eddie Altius, magna cum laude. Yalwar Gerard. Krishana Smith. Yarilis Tude. Shanique Williams, cum laude. Comfort Uguru, cum laude. Kara Rose. Kavita Glasgow. Kamaya McCarthy. Compton Harvey. Naquan Brown. Fabiola Dennis. Winifred Pierre. Jakai Williams. Rashana Wright. Imani Mack. Ashley Romano. Dolores Robinson, cum laude. Jennifer Gustav. Shindel Montenegro. Zainab Amuda. Ingrid Collin, magna cum laude. Juana Aviles Mendez, cum laude. Gertina DeReese, cum laude. Shanika Bowen. Daisy Copeland. Cabrina James. Shondell Neverson, cum laude. Whitney Theodore. Joe Martinez. Gerald Bethia. Abdullah Spellman. Kimberly Pinkney. Tensia Henry. Tiffany Clark. Helen Wynn Train, summa cum laude. Ayana Peters. Genesis Riaz. Akeisha James. Stephania Kendrick. Natoya Seckel. Cynthia Gregg. Jennifer Rodriguez. Cardin Pierce. Shataya Rivera. Kimberly Powell, summa cum laude. Nisha Franklin, magna cum laude. Sally Baez. Kira Thomas. Ashley Foote. Carisha Murray. Ashley Hancock, cum laude. Kamaria Williams. Katrina Cooper Hannibal, cum laude. Phyllis Hodge. Michelle Ratney, cum laude. Denisha Barnes. Marquel Singleton. Sakil Harrison, cum laude. Lamar Charles, cum laude. Sharon Felder. Lalisha Bradbury. Kentlaire Constant. Lubens Cadet. Sophia Mejia. Esther Glasgow. Tiana Davis, magna cum laude. Cindy Jean Baptiste. Linda Jeffers, magna cum laude. Jeremy Marin. Samantha Lee, summa cum laude. Happy birthday. Kendra Pennington. Abigail McKay. Jasmine Jackson. Karen Ambrose. Halisan Khalif. Cheryl Lewis. Dewan Jarrett. Pearlie Badri Muhan. Kiara Davis.
Congratulations to all again. Will the graduates and faculty of the School of Liberal Arts please be seated? Let's do it. Yes? I now ask for your attention as Provost Okereke joins me on stage.
We are honored at this time to acknowledge this year's oldest graduate, Mrs. Fanny Greenedge, who is 90 years old and will obtain an associate degree in liberal arts. Where are my School of Science, Health, and Technology students? Please welcome Dr. Terence Blackman, Dean of the School of Science, Health, and Technology, home of our Smart Scholars Program, and the largest number of graduates in the class of 2019.
At this time, I ask that all faculty in the School of Science, Health, and Technology please stand to be acknowledged. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present to you the Faculty of Science, Health, and Technology. Thank you, faculty. You may be seated. Will the graduates from the School of Science, Health, and Technology please stand and come forward? Chairpersons representing the following degrees, please come forward also. The Bachelor of Science in Biology, the Associate of Science in Science, the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, the Associate of Science in Computer Science, the Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, the Bachelor of Science in Mathematical Science, the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, the Associate of Applied Science in Nursing, and the Certificate in Practical Nursing.
Student Government President Cyril Morgan, cum laude. Abio Williams, summa cum laude. Myrella Murray, magna cum laude. Erin Alfred, summa cum laude. Janelle Coulion. Nicolette Hall, magna cum laude. Trinae Nichols. Shanae Pert Ewers. Laneka Lyons, summa cum laude. Ricardo Charles, cum laude. Helena Hayward Dottie. Mohammed Riyad, summa cum laude. Benjamin Burke, cum laude. Beatrice Francois. Clyde Purcell Francis, summa cum laude. Shannon Evans. Celine Martinez, cum laude. Raoul Pierre, summa cum laude. Eveline Lopez. Eduardo Garcia, magna cum laude. Chelsea Melvin. Meredith Elisma, cum laude. Cassandra Maloney. Rashida Kamara. Antoinette Tuluk. Erica Lewis. Fatumata Dukare, magna cum laude. Christelle Bailey. Aisha Booker. Carrie Ann Douglas. Anissa Yaha, magna cum laude. Shemilatu Cabre, cum laude. Karen Shim. Swishra Shabane, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Abegueño. Bernice Noel, magna cum laude. Vanessa Seraphin. Tessa Kingston. Karen Sinclair, cum laude. Vivica Charles. Augusta Williams. Sarah Abed, cum laude. Tasha Cole. Josephine Peters. Marvin Burke. Philona Ketter. Ann Dupree. Sanya Otara. Dorcas Balarimwa, magna cum laude. Mishka Williams. Renee Denal. Andrea Barrett, cum laude. Fakir St. George. Julie Paul. Celine Singh. Narissa Abraham. Ashley Shayer. Sayer. Carice Joseph. Malika Murchison. Jamelia Barrett. Annalie Foster, magna cum laude. Kalita Jones, summa cum laude. Famida Akhtar, cum laude. Venalee Harvey, magna cum laude. Florence Agard. Smarkeen Moret. Janine Fabian, cum laude. Jessica Fabian. Daphne Pierre. Vicky Callamore, cum laude. Marlene Shepard, cum laude. Delina Joe, cum laude. Sasha Chow. Arini Charles, magna cum laude. Maria Crosette. Antonia Thomas. Natalia Chapman, magna cum laude. Shanice Cooper. Rushanda Wilson. Shalona Howard. Shelly-Ann Hughes. Rebecca Pierre Lewis, cum laude. Patricia Keynes. Kenyatta Hayward. Wendell Davis. Florine Brissett. Ade Yeme, cum laude. Myth Jennifer Jean, summa cum laude. Cassandra Thomas Cudjoe. Keisha Lewis. Thomasina Drain. Janae Dre. Lanika King. Nathan John. Christopher Dosu. Trinace Chung Barksdale. Marjorie Swabe. Arlene Williams, cum laude. Abena Green. Michelle Blair. Vera Burnley Dilly, cum laude. Bubakar Bari. Brianna Walker. Kiana Holder. Makeda Gittens. Shatila Gravenis. Tamara Blychenton, cum laude. Andrea Glasgow. Veronica Freeman. Jasmine Richards. Marlene Pena. Chanel Bird. Sean Trey. Deborah Edmondson, magna cum laude. Natalie Douglas. Candace Dakers. Terrell Brown.
Yo, 2019, we legends, and I want all of y'all to know we really made it. Thanks a lot, guys.
Gaito Dominci. Rashida Charles. Lakeisha Loban. Nikita Cummings. Michael Makowski. Omalade Akinde. Ife Lua Aku. Ruth Grant. Crystal Breary. Zunaira Ali, cum laude. Rome Hilton Gordon, cum laude. Cindy Aguilar. Tesleen Akinole. Tamara Scott. Sadiku King. Brianna Robertson. Alonzo Tony. Kayanne Constable. Carrie Ann Constable. Charlene Charles, cum laude. Janelle Jackman. Omesh Kime. Maxine McFarland, magna cum laude. Luis Drayton, cum laude. Rosalie Collimore, cum laude. Nikisha Palmer, cum laude. Overcan Igbanoa. Shania Denis, cum laude. Lacey Ann Wilson, cum laude. Vanette Went. Betty Escobar. Juanita Smith Johnson, cum laude. Olena Shamrina. Mary Alexis, cum laude. Makida Alex Zunda, magna cum laude. Bibi Rabu, summa cum laude. Bardana Boville. Diano Chiggets. Sophia Sarpuma. Willona Noel. Amini Diaby. Serena Genti. Ashley Zizi, Lakai Thomas, Naturo Carr, Bilkis Sika Rusasi, Sandra Yankson, Ranti Sosan, Latasha Faysoon, Brianu Boyce, Antoinette Hayes, Celestine Williams, summa cum laude, Danielle Thompson, cum laude, Thea Doxery, magna cum laude, Kernette Wilson, Hyacinth McGuire, cum laude, C.D. Issa Goulburn, Ricky Sia Trim, Renee Donaldson, Carlos Samuels, magna cum laude, Claythea Nicholas, summa cum laude, Lynn Nana Maba, magna cum laude, Aronde Wright, Jaleel Shepard, cum laude,
Vidal Pitt, Tiffany Whitaker, Stephen Lawrence, cum laude, Datun Aking Bade, Abdul Kamara, Darren Zamore, Loida Singh, Natasha Larzia, Monair Kabam, magnum cum laude, Erwin Pierre Lewis, Cousteau Pierre, Chrisley Regis, Fabrice Obas Joint, Roy Matthews, Rose Salomon, Angela Cuthbert, cum laude, Letitia Hansley, what's the last name? Daniel Dammy, Vanessa Henry, cum laude, Imose Agaro, Badare Agana Abukame, Adenike Aduyoyin, cum laude, Maurice Samuels, cum laude, Cabrina Stevenson, magna cum laude, Tisha Octave, summa cum laude, Lisa Steele, Malika Jameson, Ayana Edward, cum laude, Celine Samuels, cum laude, LaShawn Licorice, Chelsea Calixte, Demilly David, Angela Grant, cum laude, Tashira Smith-Williams, cum laude, Ebijoke Omotoso, cum laude, Marie-Jean Philippe, Judy Johnson, cum laude. Latoya Lewis. Fatuma Tazika, cum laude. Andrea Gerbo, cum laude. Lamar Hill. Vanetta Simon. Janwis James. Jody Outram. Otnes Estervern, cum laude. Marciana Watt, cum laude. Ruth Smith, cum laude. Kalpana Rai, cum laude. Rita Wiltshire and Breester. Sheila Labosery. Cindy Fresnel. Marie Gabriel, summa cum laude. Troy Simmons, magna cum laude. Amaka Agu, summa cum laude. Ingrid Jackson. Mikael Service. Precious Graham. Alicia Jackson, cum laude. Faiza Atinge. Lydia Yibo. Shadeen Clark. Tamara Scipio. Marika Straker, cum laude. Ann Jean, cum laude. Sadiq Hamid. Nairobi McDonald, cum laude. Dacia Costello, summa cum laude. Carlene Best. Eric Vernon, cum laude. Joshua Lubin. Izaz Sabir, cum laude. Tazima Mogal. Miriam Tassawar, magna cum laude. Yanjle. Christina Florestan. Sabel Chemensa. Brianna Myers, cum laude. Asila Ford. Ala Lakan Roadmaid, cum laude. Glenna Murray, cum laude. Getho Claude, cum laude. Tadia Thompson. Tadia Simpson. Nicole Fawcett. Princess Moncrief. Dacia Williams. Kenya Brown. Sherma Phillips Bacchus. Georgianne Liverpool. Roxanne Allison. Adiola Samuel, cum laude. Jamila Bowen. Philomis Etienne Henry. Marie Wilson Muir. Alicia Coleman, cum laude. Wimska Pierre Lewis. Shalomi Elisant, Karfi Mathurin, Dolapo Kazim, Kahind Ogubimi, Jenilyn Waldron, cum laude, Alicia McKenna, Francilia Richards Dorset, Nadia Thorne, cum laude, Trisha Blair, Ranil Newby, Chanel Guthrie, cum laude, Eunice Tutayut, Mark Baker, Nosa Igbinosa, Angela Trotman, Hyacinth Hassel, Shanice Clement, cum laude, Shalane Gill, summa cum laude, Rihanna Young, Chanel Cedillo, Fazilat Matland, Stacey Ann Palmer, Rochelle Adams, Ingrid Mathurin, Betsy Delvos DeShong, Melina Gonzalez, cum laude, Charity Owens, Cheris Brown, Azure Johnson, cum laude, Sanae Anderson, cum laude, Naisha Millette, Mahari Kit, Janique Reed, Aaliyah Ali, cum laude, Jensen Andre, magna cum laude, Shermol Peters, Damola Agunike, cum laude, Fabrice Fetuse, magna cum laude, Menon Maxwell, Olivia Lindo, cum laude, Carla Gonzalez, Celine Goldburn, Adateju Abe Tula, Hillary Serwa Abalda Nana Akua, cum laude, Grace Titilawo, Kayla Fanor, Rashawn Samuel, summa cum laude,
Will the graduates and the chairpersons of the schools of science, health, and technology please be seated? I now ask for your attention as President Crew joins me in presenting the posthumous degree. For the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, I invite the family of Mr. Fouchard Ambrose to come forward and receive his degree.
Last but certainly not the least, it's time to highlight our CUNY BA student. Will Mr. Aaron Moransi please come forward? We would like now to recognize some noteworthy student programs that aided in our graduate success, and I approve this message.
At this time, we ask our Smart Scholars Associate Degree recipients to please stand and be recognized. The students before you represent the best of Brooklyn. They have earned both a high school diploma and an associate's degree. Congratulations. And please be seated. Would our ASAP students please stand to be acknowledged? We'd especially like to acknowledge Nathan John, who is part of ASAP's Bachelor Extension Initiative. While working 2 full-time jobs, Nathan earned his bachelor's degree in only 4 years. The CUNY average for bachelor degrees is 6. Congratulations. Please be seated. Would our Percy E. Sutton Sikh students please stand to be acknowledged? We'd especially like to acknowledge Grishana Clement, who was recently awarded Sikh Student of the Year. She has spent the past year serving as Vice Chair of International Student Affairs for the University Student Senate, as well as evening and weekend Vice President of the Student Government Association. Congratulations. Please be seated. Would our HCCP scholars, Sophia Mejia and Giovanna Santiago Rhodes, please stand to be acknowledged? We'd especially like to acknowledge Miss Santiago Rhodes. At just 18 years old, she completed her bachelor's degree in 3 years. Congratulations. Please be seated. Mr. President, I now turn the program back to you.
I know I did this a little earlier, and they may be gone in some cases, but I would like at least to call attention to the Brooklyn Pipeline students again, because they're going to be replacing you when you're gone. So to the extent that they are still here, could I ask anybody from the Pipeline program to just rise, please, and be acknowledged? We are very close to ending our program, and no one wants to extend it any longer than necessary, but I do want to thank all of you who heeded the message about remaining here so everybody could see that they were seen by their fellow classmen. Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
I now invite Brother Hassan Akbar, Imam at Masjid Aktawa, to the stage to come forward and offer the closing benediction.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace and blessings be upon all of you. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, we pause to pray. We pray for yesterday, June 12th, 1963. For it was only yesterday that Medgar Wiley Evers was assassinated in Jackson, Mississippi. And although his death ended his activism, his legacy had just begun. For only 7 years after his martyrdom in 1970, did educators and community leaders come together to establish this college in his name. We pray for Dr. Rudolph, Dr. Reverend Al Sharpton, Bill Thompson, and so many others who have picked up the baton of civil rights and continue unwavering to lead the charge, calling for justice and equal rights. Although they are fully aware of the dangers that lie in this path, they are driven not by bravado, but by divine providence. We pause to say, we are ever grateful. We pray for today, June 5th, 2019, as Medgar Evers College celebrates the accomplishments of their brightest sons and daughters, those who showed up and never allowed the haters and underachievers to divert them. For all of you were determined to succeed where so many have failed. We pray for your parents, we pray for your spouses, we pray for your friends, and all those who fanned your flame, saw your vision, and believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself. We pause to say thank you. We proceed to pray for tomorrow, June 6, 2019 and beyond. For there are those who wish and desire to make America great again. Does that America have you in mind? I pray that it does. But with the knowledge and talents and skills that you now possess, you must, no, you will break down walls, shatter glass ceilings, invest in your communities, create jobs where there are none, innovate and foster new opportunities. To whom much is given, much is expected, and we certainly expect great things from the graduating class of 2019. With our collective blessings, go forth on your journeys yet to come. Ameen, amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Brother Akbar. The end of this celebration, as I mentioned earlier, represents the start of yet another celebration. So before I declare the 48th commencement officially concluded, I have the honor of starting something brand new, and that is the kickoff to the activities leading up to Medgar Evers' 50th anniversary. And with that, something up on the screen. With that, I will declare the 48th annual commencement ceremony over.